an elderly gentleman with moderately dilated pupil and nuclear sclerosis of grade 3. So air and trypan blue is injected in the anterior chamber, and notice what happens to the pupil. The iris wants to come out through the side port, and this itself is a sign that this is a IFIS pupil. So cohesive viscoelastic going inside the eye, the 2.2 limbal incision being made, and a capsular excess being done with a cystotome, trying to follow the pupil. But here the capsular excess starts to run off, so the movement of the cystotome is more towards the center of the eye, the centripetal direction, and just checking whether I have a continuous rhexis or not. Hydrodissection being done. And notice what's happening to the size of the pupil. The size of the pupil has gone down. Trying to rotate the nucleus with one hand. It's a better idea to do it with two hands in these sticky cataracts when it doesn't rotate freely with just one-handed maneuver. The phacoemulsification has begun. Direct chop being employed, and the iris has started to come out of the or get entrapped in the side port incision, which is having the Sinski hook. So now I decide that I cannot allow the iris to come out and create more problems for me. So this is a Madhu ring. It has scrolls on four sides, and the reason I'm using this ring is because the pupil expander is has got rounded blunt edges, and I don't want to tear the capsular excess with a sharper alternative. So you can see three of the four scrolls have gone in, and this is the fourth one. And now with the iris firmly captured by the uh, pupil expander, the iris expander, now there is hardly any movement that you can see, and a very safe phacoemulsification of this cataract can be done. And this is opposed to struggling with the iris coming out and creating more problems, a small pupil. So it's always a good idea to change the plan of surgery and employ a safer methodology in dealing with such IFIS pupils, which tend to come out through the side port or the main incision. So you can see how effortlessly I need not worry about the iris, and my entire concentration is towards the management of the nucleus and removing the cataract safely uh, using the spatula to protect the posterior capsule and injecting viscoelastic before I come out. This is a absolute routine for me. I'm a big fan of the bimanual irrigation aspiration, and I almost in 100% of the cases use this. And you can use the bimanual irrigation aspiration to remove almost the entire cortex in most situations. So there you can see the entire cortex is out. Some loose matter floating here and there, and now viscoelastic being injected, and a wound assisted delivery of the single piece hydrophobic intraocular lens that is dialed into the capsular bag. And now the pupil expander can be brought out, so it is released from the pupil, and using forceps to grasp it and bring it out. The scrolls can get stuck in the incision, so we can use the spatula to just depress and bring the RS expander out, and then routine irrigation aspiration of the viscoelastic from both above and below the intraocular lens. And a situation wherein we could have had uh, complications was averted, and you can see that even when I brought the irrigation aspiration out, the iris was coming out. There is some damage to the iris that you can see, but we've prevented most of it by altering our surgical plan, and we have a good outcome. So here is irrigation or hydration of the wounds, and then loosening the speculum to put in the voxifloxacin. Thank you.